such an idiot, dude. Why did I? I'm at Albert Park Beach in Melbourne and I just bought a new skateboard. Let's go try it out. Now, I actually haven't owned a skateboard in like, I don't know, since I was a little kid. I was never really that good. For reasons I fail to see, the music is hurting me. Why do I down this hill? Maybe it has no place. Blows up in my face. That song just there was Die on This Hill. It's off my new EP that I released a couple months ago now. It's on Spotify if you want to check it out. And I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more impromptu little music videos throughout this video. As of late, I've really been enjoying and inspired by like challenging myself and like filming stuff outdoors and, you know, getting out and about, just like doing stuff that's not just filming at my desk at home. So stay tuned. There'll be 1 or 2 more mini music videos of unreleased songs in this video later on. I've got to be a bit more careful not to get in the way of the cyclists here. Let's just try and go down the footpath a bit. Jesus. This is actually very flexible at turning. I'm not really used to that and I've never really been that good at turning. So yeah, as I was saying, I've never really owned a skateboard since I was a kid, and the reason I got one now is just I was buying some shirts online and then I noticed this board was on sale. I like the holographic kind of rainbow color to it, how it reacts to the light and stuff. So I was like, you know what, it's on sale, like it's already like completely built, because I don't know anything technical about skateboards, like what you're meant to do and like different pieces you're meant to get. So I'm like, you know, screw it, I'll get it. And I kind of got it with the idea in mind of actually vlogging like this. You know, I've been having fun going and filming in public with my new like lav mic and stuff. So I thought, why not just add a skateboard into the mix and hope that I can multitask, film and ride enough without too much damage. Pretty smooth so far. I'm going pretty smooth so far. I actually do have a bit of a traumatic history with skateboards. I did have a stack when I was a kid. Like, I remember I was riding this on like asphalt, like at a school playground. One of my wheels just went over a rock and I went straight head first, face planted into the asphalt. It wasn't a full face plant. I just landed on my chin and, you know, put my hands out, grazed my hands a bit, and yeah, had to wash all the stones out of my chin, which now had a bit of a gash in it, but it wasn't bad enough to get stitches or anything, luckily, but it still made me a bit cautious of skateboarding beyond that. One thing I thought might have been a downside with my board is how it kind of reflects in the sun. Once I got it and I realized how reflective it was, I was like, is this gonna like blind me or blind people when I'm riding? But luckily, yeah, so I just got to a corner there. Still a bit nervous on some of the tight corners, but I'll get used to it. So yeah, so while that was no fun at all face planting in the asphalt on a skateboard, I've done a worse injury on a bike. Back in my year 8 school camp, we went on a bike ride, like on a gravel path, like through like a national park or something. And we came up to a bend in the gravel path, like a 90-degree left turn. And I was going pretty fast. So at that point in my brain, it was going, well, do I slow down or do I just maintain my speed and just try and lean into the turn a bit? But in the moment, my brain was like, well, I'm just gonna do both because I can't decide right now. And maybe I'll pull off like a Mario Kart Wii kind of bike drift situation, you know, because that's how drifting works on bikes in real life. So yeah, funnily enough, I face planted again. Yeah, I was braking, I was turning, and I just went straight over the handlebars. Pretty much the same kind of situation as when I fell off my skateboard when I was younger, but this time, whoa, this time I hit the deck much faster and much harder. Hands out, still hit my chin. grazed hand, grazed chin, but this time I needed to get stitches in my chin in the middle of school camp. So, oh, Jesus, nearly lost my balance there. So I spent that afternoon in the local hospital with one of my camp teachers, and I got stitches put in my face, or my chin. So yeah, that was an experience, but that wasn't the end of it, believe it or not. The next day we headed home from camp, and I noticed I couldn't pack my bag. Like, I was struggling to pack and like zip my bag and stuff. Like, my wrists were just painful. So when I got home, I went to see a doctor again, and that's when I found out my wrist was fractured. 2 injuries for the price of 1, so fun times. That put me out of action for like PE class and sport for a bit. So that was easily the worst injury I've done on like a skateboard or bike or riding vehicle of some sort. That is until today. I mean, hopefully not, fingers crossed, touch wood. Bro, are these things designed to knock skaters off their things? Guys, I picked a lovely day as well. I picked a lovely day to come out and do this. I also got a haircut yesterday. Feeling fresh, it's a nice day. Getting out, getting active. What's not to love? There's the Port Melbourne Pier. Have I really come all the way to Port Melbourne? How long have I been riding for? Riding is actually easier than I thought. Mind you, there aren't any hills or anything here, so that's for another day. Oops. I can kind of see why this skateboard was on sale. The actual like grip tape is very loosely sprayed on there. Like, when I received it in the mail, it already had like this section like come off a bit. So yeah, unfortunately over time, maybe a short time, it's probably mostly going to come off, and I'm going to have to refit it with some grip tape or something. But I'll enjoy it while I can, and I don't know, I just really like the shiny, look at that. Look at that. I just really like the shiny hologram kind of design in it, and I don't know, it was just speaking out to me. I just had to get it, you know? All right, I'm gonna go look around for something to eat because I'm getting kind of hungry and could use a coffee. Oops. There's a lot to be scared of. There's a lot to be scared of. So I'm in Port Melbourne. I've just pulled up to a cafe with a nice outdoor street side eating area. It's a bit windy, but may as well continue enjoying the fresh air. So I just got an espresso and a lemon tart. I'm more of a caramel slice guy. That's my usual go-to, but I've got to mix it up today, and wasn't keen for something so chocolatey. So this lemon tart looked good, although it's probably like $8 or something for this little thing. I mean, it's pretty dense, but didn't know it was going to be that expensive. But cheers. Pretty tasty, not bad. Gone a bit cold because I've just spent too long trying to set up the camera, but it's nice. But I've got to be honest with you guys. I've had a bit of a guilty conscience weighing on me today since this morning. Me and my family recently went to Queenstown for a holiday. First time going there. It's really nice. I'll talk about it a bit later on the skate back. But yeah, just got back the other day, and I went to the dog sitter to pick up our dog. And on the way out, backing my car out of her driveway, I happened to back into her neighbour's garden, and I just heard an immediate crunch, and I was like, oh God, have I knocked over a mailbox or something like that? So I heard the crunch as I was reversing. I pulled out. I had to do like a 5 or 6 point turn just to get out of the narrow driveway. Looked back out the window and noticed I'd just knocked over like a garden, like star light. You know, those like Christmas clear plastic wand looking lights. So it's kind of like, oh shit, what do I do? But seeing that it was just a cheap, I assume it was a cheap plastic Christmas light, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive off. And you know, it might have still been working. I just saw it laying on the ground. I didn't see it shattered in pieces. But let's be honest with ourselves here. I was hearing some pretty scary crunching sounds when I was reversing over it. So yeah, look, not proud of my decision making today. And yeah, just that driveway to my dog sitter's house is so narrow. And like there was an extra person parked there today. Like she'd called a guy in to help install her new door. So I mean, at least that gave one extra potential suspect if the neighbors see their broken light. I'm such an idiot, dude. Why did I? Like, I could have easily just gone back in and to my dog sitter and been like, hey, I just drove over their little light here. Maybe just let them know. Or at least inspected it to see if I had actually broken it or not for the peace of mind. I didn't see anyone peeping their heads out their window, so I'm like, all right, they're probably not home. And then my head started doing some quick maths equations, like, all right, I'm not gonna be here for a long, long time because family holidays are few and far between. And it's a cheap looking light, like probably $20 at max. But in the moment I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna drive off. Guilt is gonna haunt me for the rest of the day, potentially the rest of the week. So some pretty L decision making today, I must say. Anyway, I've got to stop blabbing for a bit and actually try this bloody $8 lemon tart, see if it's all it's talked up to be. Fuck, this is hard, it's dense. Price aside, I can't fault this lemon tart on anything. It's just what I needed, I think. Something about the lemon just makes it a bit more refreshing on like a nice warm day, you know, rather than something like chocolatey that's just gonna melt all over my fingers and make a mess. You know what? I'm just gonna pick it up. Don't even need a fork for this one. That was really good. All right, I might get a move on now. I don't know the best way to put my phone holder on the board. It keeps falling off. Oh, what can I do? All that time I wanted to care. All that time I wanted to care. Guess I wasn't that self-aware. All that time. That was a nice coffee and lemon tart. Having fun filming those little mini music videos so far. I'm still riddled with the guilt of the damage that I caused to my friend's neighbour today. But we must move on. I want to talk about Queenstown, my recent Queenstown, New Zealand trip. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, Queenstown is like the adventure capital of New Zealand, and even more so than any city in Australia. It's a small town, but people go there to ski, to like skydive, river rafting. There's like so much stuff you can do. But yeah, I actually did something pretty thrilling. It wasn't quite skydiving or bungee jumping, but I went paragliding. I was just looking at it, I'm like, I want to do something kind of like thrilling, but I don't want to like jump head first into a ravine on a bungee or just from however many thousands of meters up in the air on a plane. So I'm like, paragliding looks cool. Like you got a bloke strapped onto you who's doing the steering and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. And like he just chats to you the whole time, so it doesn't feel as isolating or scary. But yeah, I'm really glad I did it. I'll chuck some pictures up here. It was actually surprisingly relaxing because the harness that you're in kind of has like a bit of a seat to it. It physically felt like I was in like some, theme park ride, but the surrounding scenery was like, mountains and I don't know, farmland, like far down below in the distance. And yeah, it was really relaxing. My instructor was very chill. It was mostly chill. Towards the end, he's like, all right, time for some tricks. And I was like, you know what, let's ease into some tricks. I'll put the video up that he got on the GoPro. He started swinging from left to right, gradually, and then he was doing full-on flips. Now at this point, it still felt like a theme park ride, but a more intense one, those theme park rides, they're really swingy and you're kind of facing towards the ground at some points. But this was a lot scarier than a theme park because mid-flip, I'm facing the ground like, I don't know, 500 meters below me or whatever, and that's like that's when it really clicked in, like, holy shit. This is getting a little less relaxing now. So after he did those flips for like 30 seconds, I was feeling a little queasy. I was like, oh, I think that'll do it for the tricks today, sir. That was like the only part of the paragliding experience that was really like, okay, this is a little stressful, but it was still cool. I'm glad he did some flips with me. But yeah, there's just so much cool stuff to do in Queenstown. I'd never been to a place before like surrounded by mountains, or mountains that are like just right there in the town for you to go to. Like you walk through the town and there's like a gondola, like cable car up a really steep mountain. Apparently it's the steepest cable car / gondola in the southern hemisphere. And they have like go-karts at the top, which is also sick. And it's just a really nice little town as well. Like it's very, very touristy. Barely anyone there seems to be locals. But yeah, it was way better than I expected. I was like, oh, New Zealand, I've been to like Auckland and Wellington a couple times before, don't remember much of them. But yeah, Queenstown was just so serene. Probably worth checking out sometime in your life. I'm starting to get a bit hot and bothered and exhausted. I think it'll be time for me to head home shortly. But yeah guys, this is a lot of fun today to film. I'm glad I got up, challenged myself a bit, filmed some stuff in public. Haven't fallen off my skateboard yet. But yeah, leave a like if you like this video. I think I'm definitely going to do more vlogging, skating videos like this, because this is just way too fun. Thanks for sticking around, and comment on this video. Let me know if you like any of those songs in particular. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and have a good rest of your day.